I think anything you do for long enough will start shaping who you are as a person.
You're doing great, Brooke. That's awesome.
Really scared. Shit. Climbing has become an inextricable part of who I am.
Why is that garbage? It looks like gold.
How I spend my time.
Maybe if I want it bad enough, it'll work.
Almost everything about me.
Yep. Yep.
Folly!
Yep.
Shit. Are you okay?
Yep. Oh yeah, good. You good?
Yeah. If I had never started climbing, I would be a completely different person than I am today. Before I found rock climbing in university, I had figure skating to pour my obsessive nature into. I found skating in the 7th grade and devoted 9 years to the sport. Skating became my whole life during that time. I loved how skating was equal parts physical and mental, and cutting my routine through ice demanded an almost primordial level of heightened focus that stilled my mind. I love the sensation of flying that came with soaring around the ice, and skating taught me to move with grace and coordination, even when fatigue weighed down every extremity of my body. The drive to master new techniques trumped everything else, and I was usually covered in bruises from repeated attempts at learning new skills. At times I was practicing up to 40 hours each week, which meant driving all over the region to maximize ice times at different rinks. Despite my intense passion, I never quite fit the mold of the figure skating world. My free-spirited nature didn't fit the girly girl stereotype, and dressing like a princess felt disingenuous to my character. I loved skating, but I liked doing it for myself, and so much of figure skating is about pleasing a stadium full of strangers. I remember stepping onto the ice at a competition, wearing a plaid hoodie and being told, "You can't wear that here, it's ugly, take that off." I was like, why does it even matter? It's keeping me warm, it's freezing in here, and you have this tiny dress on me. I wanted to cut my routine across the ice and let my skating speak for itself, without depending on external frills like makeup or how much my outfit sparkled. I had shaped my life around my love for figure skating for almost a decade, but there were pieces of me that always felt stunted during that time. Eventually, I had to recognize those parts of myself and find a place where they could grow. When I started rock climbing, I remember feeling this exhilarating sense of freedom. Yes! Best time of the year! I was energized and at home in such a natural playground, and that freedom encouraged me to explore and push myself in ways that felt true to my character. Climbing was also playfully self-indulgent. I could be myself here, free of the need to dress or perform for the sake of others. Just like with skating, I had to fight the weight of fatigue and focus my mind and body on executing each move with precision. Succeeding in this outdoor arena directly correlated to the amount of effort that I put forward, and each victory was my own to celebrate.
if you're feeling
Sweet,
climbing hard.
And so what wall is this called?
This is the hive.
This is the hive.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I've never seen this one before.
Yeah.
Climbing really appeals to my free-spirited nature. Every route is a puzzle for me to solve with the tools that I have. My body will fit the rock differently than that of my climbing partners, who are usually men. So my solution to most routes is different from theirs.
Brooke, you're gonna love this.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Skating gave me a style of movement where I can use my flexibility and balance to get through tough sections of climbing. Where my partners might advance using pure power, I can get my feet really high and balance on tiny holes that other people might not consider using.
Nice. Isn't that fun?
That's such a good route.
The sport's individual nature means that climbers genuinely champion each other's successes and feel inspired by one another's unique strengths and differences. But climbing isn't immune to societal expectations, and gender roles still impact my experience in this male-dominated sport. Without meaning to, I can find myself taking a back seat and following along with someone else's plan for the day, instead of sharing an equal role in the decision-making. It can feel automatic that the guys will lead most routes, making it harder to step into that role as a woman. In skating, the girly stereotype had been an obvious part of the sport's culture, but it took longer for me to recognize how it was also impacting my climbing experience. That realization came once I started climbing with more girlfriends. Without gender roles, we had transparent conversations about which routes to climb and who would lead them. All of us defaulted to taking the back seat and letting someone else lead the routes. So someone had to change the routine and get tied in. By climbing with other women, I was leading pitches more often and embarking on projects I'd dreamed of trying, but had talked myself out of.
I just want a little break. Doesn't feel like there is one.
As I put myself on harder and harder routes, I started seeing how much more I was capable of, and realized that my ability to push myself is limited by my own mindset and not by the person I'm sharing a rope with that day. And with this realization, I was finally free to just be myself.
I don't regret this.
Come on.
Fuck. Nothing.
Climbing brings me moments of ascendance and an opportunity to confront my fears and expand myself. It brings me joy, self-confidence, incredible friendships, and my most precious memories.
Wow, okay, well I made it to the top, sort of. Holy fucking shit. Whew. Okay, what a route.
I love knowing that no matter what happens, I can always return to the rock and find myself again.